charged particle obliquely in the electric field, how it behaves, what is the related concept we discussed, and what is the time period of oscillation of a charged pendulum in electric field. Up to that concept we discussed in our last classes. Well, today an important concept for entrance point of view, we discuss it. Electric field strength due to uniform charged rod. Electric field strength due to uniform charged rod. One of the important concepts for entrance point of view, for JEE and NEET also. In this there are two cases. Case 1. At a point along its length, along its axis, you can say. Second one, at a point perpendicular to its length or perpendicular to its axis. Okay, we discuss one by one. This is a charged rod. A charged rod of length L. Charged rod of length L. There is a charge on this rod. This total rod is charged. Let Q is the charge on that rod. So we have two things. Let L is length of the rod. Q is charge on rod, right? The question asked is, if this is its axis or along its length, here is a point, here, from the rod along its length. So you can say this one as the axis of the rod, natural axis, because rod is like a cylinder. This is its natural axis, or along its length at a point. Here is the point P. You are asked, what is the intensity of electric field or electric field strength at this point P due to this charged rod, right? This point is at a distance R from one end of the rod, near end of the rod. R is the distance from the near end of the rod, right? We had to find the intensity of electric field at this point. This type of bodies, this is not a pointed one. It is an extended body, and it is also called as charge distribution. And here, how the charge distribution on the rod? Uniformly. I took a word, uniform charged rod means at any portion, if you take on the rod, the charge whatever Q is there, it is distributed uniformly on the rod. For finding the intensity, what to do? Few steps that we have to remember whenever we are solving problems related to extended charged bodies. First thing, divide the charged body into small elements. Very first point, this is just like a mathematical procedure. Divide this small element, this charged rod, into small elements. Let one such element you take. See here, I'm taking one such element, a small elemental part. This is a small elemental part I choose on the rod. Elemental part is just like a point charge of length dx. So what we did here L and QK, charge per unit length. Charge per unit length. Sometimes in the problems they are termed as lambda Q by L. For the total length, charge is Q. Per unit length, what is the charge? Q by L. Charge per unit length. We selected a small elemental portion of length dx. dx. Length of small element. Then what is the charge of this small element? I take it as dq, small element for this. For this small element, let charge is dq. Charge per unit length is q by l. This small element of length dx. Then dq is per unit length q by l. Its length is dx. Q by l dx. You understand this point? So for this small element, what is the charge? Per unit length on that, Q by L. For this small elemental length dx, Q by L into dx. Right? Then, due to this small element, what is the intensity at this point we find out. Now this small element is like a point charge. For finding the intensity at this point, we need distance from here to here. Then take that distance as x. Let x is the distance. Distance of point P from dx. Right? Then we write the intensity. See, electric field. At P due to small charge dq. I take it as dE. What is the formula for dE? 1 by, or you can simply K dq by distance x square. What is K? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by x square. Even directly you can write like this. Sometimes in the problems they give k dq by x square, where this constant k is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Remember? Well, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught charge by distance square. Here due to the charge dq, what is the intensity at this point? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by x square. Then what is the intensity at this point due to total rod? Then electric field strength E at P due to total rod E. What to do now? Due to this small element, we know this is intensity. Due to the total, we know this rod is a combination of such small elements extended from this end to this end. Each element has some intensity there. If you want to get total intensity, just sum up. Summing up means integration. Then integral of dE. What are the limits here? Each dx extended from here to here means as we go from this end to this end, what is happening? This distance is increasing. So what are the limits? Distance limits there. Here, what is the distance limit? R, lower limit. What is the upper limit? This end, R plus L. You understand this? So within the distance limits R and R plus L, these dq charges are present. Due to this all, what is the intensity? Well, so the total intensity is integral of dE within the limits R plus R and R plus L. Well, what is dE? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by x square. Here, what are the constants? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught constant. Take it out. dq is what? dq means q by L dx. Q by L dx by, what is there? X square. Right? Take constants out. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, take it out. Q is a constant, take it out. L is a constant, take it out. Then 1 by x square dx. Integral of 1 by x square dx. What is the formula? Minus 1 by x. Already in our previous classes we studied 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Integral of 1 by x square dx minus 1 by x. What are the limits? R plus L. Okay. Then substitute the limits. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Upper limit minus, in place of x, take this upper limit. 1 by R plus L. Minus of minus lower limit. R. Then what happens? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus 1 by R plus L, minus into minus plus 1 by R, right? Then 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. See here. Here you can write R into R plus L and minus R plus R plus L. R get cancelled. Something is missing here. What is missing? Q by L. Here also 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L. Q by L. Here also Q by L. Q by L. Now, what remained here? 1L remained, LL even you can make it cancel. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L, inside what remained? L by R into R plus L. L cancel, then what is your answer? E is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R into R plus L. This is your answer, right? This is the way of doing the problem. See, what steps we followed? Whenever these extended bodies are given, make it into small parts, find charge per length body, charge per unit length. Then take a small element, then find what is the charge on that element, dq, q by n dx. Then due to this small element, what is the intensity here? dE. We know the formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by distance square. Distance from small element is x square. We know this rod is a combination of such small elements. So each element gives some intensity here. To get the total intensity, sum up. Summing means integration. So find due to small element, then integrate within the limits of distances. From here to here. Here distances are from this end distance is L plus R. So within the limits R and R plus L, integrate that small intensity. You get the total intensity, right? Then substitute this dE here. Integral of 1 by x square is minus 1 by x. Then after substitute the limits, you will get the final answer. See, entrance point of view, you remember this formula. There is a shortcut to remember this formula. Intensity, we know the formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. But see here, instead of r square, this distance into this distance. R into R plus L. Like that, you can remember as a shortcut in the entrance. Right? Come on, take a screenshot or note down. Same, electric field strength E due to uniform charged rod. Now, the rod is like this. See here. This is the rod. Same rod of length L. Now, where is the point? The point is here. At this point. This is the point. Where is that point now? Perpendicular to its length, exactly on its perpendicular bisector. And this is also called as at a point on equatorial line. Point on equatorial line. At a point on equatorial line. At this point, what is the intensity? Right? Make it little bit bigger. Well, come on, what to do? The procedure is same. This total charge on this is Q and length of the rod is L. So when Q is the total charge on the rod, Q is the total charge. L is length. Then charge per unit length. Q by L. Procedure is same. Take a small element. Take a small element. On the rod of length dx. Take a small element on the rod of length dx. This is dx. Write down in the notes because letters are small, may not be visible. Small element of length dx. Then charge on that small element. What is this? Q by L dx, as it is like in previous case. What is the intensity at this point due to this small element? We'll find out. So from this small element, this is the distance. Let's take the distances first. From this small element to this center, the distance is this distance. Let from here to here, this distance is some x. This elemental length is dx, this distance is x, and this distance is from point to the center. Point to the center, this distance is r. R is the distance. From P to center O. That is what we know. Well, what is the field due to this one? See here, field due to the small element. It acts along the line, so it acts in this direction. In this direction, field due to that small element in this direction. See, if this is r and this is x, what is this? R root over r square plus x square. Here, due to this small element, field is in this direction. Let that field take it as E. Well, in the same way, assume another symmetrical element on this side. I'm using the word symmetrical element means same type of element from the at the same distance on this side. From this element, this distance is same. Due to this element, field is in this direction. So due to this element, field in this direction. Due to this element, field in this direction. Clear? Now, but we want at a point on its equatorial line, at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point, but it is directing like this. Resolve this E into two components. This E into two components. If I take this angle is theta, This angle is also theta. Angle made by this line with the perpendicular bisector. With this perpendicular bisector, is theta. Then we want along this line. See here. Resolve this E into two components. This component is what? If here is theta, is it not theta? If this is theta, its component along this direction is E cos theta. Is it clear? Its component along this direction is E cos theta. Its component along this direction is E sin theta. Well, now for this one also, this angle is theta. So along this direction, what is the component? E sin theta. Along this direction, its component is E cos theta. So this is the preliminary work that we had to do. Due to this element E in this direction, if you take any two symmetrical elements on either side, one comes in this direction, one comes in this direction. If you resolve it into two components, along the equatorial line, E cos theta components goes. For this perpendicular component E sin theta is in this direction. For this, its perpendicular component E sin theta is in this direction. How these two are? Equal and opposite. E sin theta, due to these two elements. They are equal and opposite. So they cancel out with each other. So what remains? Due to this component along equatorial line E cos theta, due to this E cos theta. So all E cos theta components are combining. Clear? So which components remain? E sin theta components cancel out. E cos theta components add up. So what is the field at point P? Come on, we proceed. So due to dq, field at P. Field at P is what? dE. What is the formula? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Charge on this dq by distance root over r square plus x square whole square, right? So it comes as what? dE is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dq by r square plus x square. From the diagram, from our discussion, what we can say? dE sin theta components for symmetrical elements on either side dE sin theta components cancel. dE cos theta components add along equatorial line. This is very important point, right? Then at P, net field net electric field E you want. What are adding? All dE cos theta components are adding. All dE cos theta components are adding. Right? Adding means integration. Integral dE cos theta. Clear? Integral dE cos theta. This one clear? Along the equatorial line, all dE cos theta components are adding. So they add up. So total field integral dE cos theta. And we write down E integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught dE. dq means q by L. Q by L dx into 1 by r square plus x square dq by r square plus x square. This is dE. What is cos theta? See from the diagram, what is cos theta? From this diagram, what is cos theta from this triangle? From this triangle, cos theta is what? R by root over r square plus x square, because this is the adjacent side, this is the opposite side, this is hypotenuse. So cos theta is r by root over r square plus x square, r by root over, can I write like this? Root over means power half. Okay. Then it comes as integral 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by L r by, this is power 1, this is power half. 1 plus half, 3 by 2. R square plus x square whole power 3 by 2 dx. This is right. So we have to do integration. So take constants outside. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by L r also. What remained inside? Integral dx by r square plus x square whole power 3 by 2. You understand that? See, it seems little bit lengthy, but this procedure is very important. In coming 2-3 chapters also, same type of procedure will come, right? Here you need, what is this dx? A little bit trigonometric part. See, from this diagram, what is tan theta? What is tan theta from this diagram? This is opposite side, this is adjacent side. So tan theta is equal to x by r. So x is equal to r tan theta. Then dx is equal to r secant square theta d theta. Now we got x value in terms of r and theta, dx value in terms of r and theta. Substitute this in this equation. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught qr by L integral dx. What is that? R secant square theta d theta by R square plus x means R tan theta. X square means R square x square tan square theta whole power 3 by 2. Is this point clear? From the diagram, tan theta is equal to x by r. X by r. Then x is equal to r tan theta. R tan theta. Then differentiate. Dx is equal to differentiation of tan theta is equal to secant square theta. Formula this is. Write down. So dx is equal to r secant square theta d theta. Right? Substitute all these values in this equation. In place of dx, r secant square theta d theta. In place of r square, r square. In place of x square, x is equal to r tan theta. X square means r square tan square theta. R square tan square theta. Okay. A small thing. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q R by L. Here integral R secant square theta d theta by, if I bring this r square out, r square power 3 by 2, in both there is an r square, so I can write even like this, r square taken out, 1 plus tan square theta whole power 3 by 2. Is it okay? In this r square is there, in this r square is there. So I took that r square out. So that is here 1, here r square comes out, tan square theta. Whole power 3 by 2. Right? Come on, take a screenshot first. There is a little bit procedure. This is r by r square plus x square power half. If it is not visible, you simply note down r square plus x square whole power half. Well, next, there 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q R by L or secant square theta d theta by there r square whole power 3 by 2 gives r cube. R square whole power 3 by 2. 2 get cancelled, you get r cube. R cube. We know 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Secant square theta power 3 by 2. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Formula that is from trigonometry. I think you know well. So secant square theta power 3 by 2. 2 get cancelled. Then what we can write? Secant cube theta. Right? Any cancellations you just see? R cube lo r square. Secant square theta here Q. So what remains? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L integral 1 by sec theta sec theta d theta. Right? This is remained finally. So how can we write this? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L 1 by secant theta cos theta d theta. Cos theta d theta. That is the final one. Then 2 steps more. Is this clear now? From there, r secant square theta d theta by 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta to the power of 3 by 2 gives secant cube theta. Then after cancellation, we get 1 by secant theta d theta. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L cos theta d theta. Come on, note down up to here. Next. See what we got here. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L integral of cos theta d theta. See here finally it comes into thetas. What those thetas are? What are the limits for theta? See limits from this end to this end. One angle is made by this end, one angle is made by this end. So I write like this. Just observe. This end and this end. These two. See, I write it here. If this is the rod, here is P, this end is making an angle, this end is also making an angle here. Those are the limits. So this angle and this angle is the limit, right? Angle made by this, let us say alpha. Angle made by this, let us say beta, right? So now this line is making an angle theta. So limit means from the end. So this end joining line with P making some angle beta. This end making this line with an angle alpha. So alpha beta are the limits. If you take this side angle is plus, this side angle is minus, right? Because it is in this direction, angle made by the line with the vertical. This is anti-clockwise, this is clockwise. Anti-clockwise angles are positive, clockwise angles are negative, we know, sign convention that is. So what are the limits here? This is one limit. If you take from this end, minus beta to plus alpha are the angular limits, right? Then E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L what is here now? Integral of cos theta sin theta. Limits are what? Minus beta to plus alpha. Limits are minus beta to plus alpha. Substitute 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L upper limit sin alpha, lower limit minus of minus plus sine beta. This is one formula, right? Don't worry, students. It never come in PU exam. It is a topic, but important. This formula is important for JEE entrance point of view and NEET entrance point of view. The derivation seems little bit lengthy. It involves trigonometric functions. It involves integral functions. So nothing to worry. This is the final answer, right? Sometimes the same formula from the diagram, if this is total L, from here to here L by 2, from here to here L by 2, and this is R, then what is alpha, what is sine alpha, what is sine beta, and this is R square plus X square, right? What is sine alpha? What is sine beta? Then this X means L here. You can write R square plus L by 2 whole square. From the diagram, sine alpha, sine beta is equal to sine opposite side by this L by 2 by root over R square plus L by 2 whole square. That is L by 2 root over 4R square plus L square. L by 2 whole square means L square by 4. 4 comes here, 4R square plus L square by 4. If that 4 comes out, L by root over 4R square plus L square. Substitute it here. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L. Sin alpha is equal to sin beta. You can write it as 2 sin alpha. Then 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by L 2 into L by 2 sin alpha. This is sin alpha, sin beta. 2 L by root over 4R square plus L square. L get cancelled. Then that is the remaining answer. What is the remaining answer? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2Q by root over 4R square plus L square. Right? You write that answer. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2Q by 4R square root over plus L square. This is E. Okay, students. As it is completely a mathematical derivation involving so many quantities, you may feel bored. But one of the important things, you revise it afterwards. If you find any difficulty, then we discuss it again in class. Okay, important topic for JEE and NEET also. Remember this formula and this formula. This formula you remember, it helps you a lot in different concepts. Thank you.